Fred Rowe from Sierra Bright Dot Fly Fishing Guide Service. I've been teaching, guiding, writing, and lecturing on fly fishing since 1982. Well, let's get to this week's fly fishing report. Well, we've had a warming trend. We all know about the heat wave. Well, it's finally getting the waters warm. So I want to talk to you a little bit at the beginning of this one called a hoot owl. Hoot owls are voluntary restrictions of fishing early in the morning or late in the evening when the water is cooled off. Once water temperatures get up to 70 degrees, mortality rate on catch and release goes way up. So we try and stop fishing at those times so that we're not endangering the fish populations, so we have them to fish in the future. So if you're out there, take the temperature. If it's at 70 degrees, stop fishing. If it's between 68 and 70, don't take the fish out of the water. If you got to take a fish picture, take it in the water and let the fish go. Make sure it's well rested before you let it go, and everything should be good. All right, let's get to this week's fishing. All right, let's talk about the East Walker River. Well, it's one of the waters that's seeing warm water. It gets up to 70 degrees. You really need to quit fishing. Where early in the season, we had great insect activity. Now it's pretty much nymphing, and I wouldn't fish up there much past 10 or 11 because the water's getting too warm. What are we using up there? Well, olive midges, not midges, the caddisfly. So the olive caddis emerger is working good, so are stoneflies, and then the midges I was trying to spit out, they're coming out late in the evening, which is the other time you can be out on the water fishing. All right, let's talk about the upper Owens River. It's continuing to fish good. Watch the water temperatures there. They haven't hit that 70 degree yet, but I expect it any time here in the future. And middle of the day, we're starting to see what they call dog days of summer. Fishing good in the morning, fishing good in the evening, but that kind of 2 to 4 period or 1 to 5, somewhere in there, it really slows down. And that's partially due to the warming water. All right, what am I using up there? Well, everything's working. As I've been asking guys, what do you like to fish with? You want to fish with a dry fly? Want to fish with a nymph? Want to fish with a streamer? Because guess what? They're all producing fish. All right, so specifically what am I fishing? Size 16, beadhead flashback, colder hare's ears. Size 18, beadhead flashback, pheasant tails on the nymphs. And midges always work in there. So size 18 or 20, tiger midges or zebra midges work great. On the surface, particularly that mid-afternoon time, we're using size 16 or 18, brown or olive bodied, elk hair caddis. We're also using size 18 and 20, Adams parachutes, and we're also using stimulators and hopper patterns with a dropper underneath it because we're starting to see a few hoppers. Not like a lot like we were expecting, but enough to fish them. All right, let's talk about Hot Creek. Well, tricos in the morning, followed by blue wings, followed by gray caddis, and then particularly in the interpretive site area, we're starting to see hoppers up there. So guess what? Fish a hopper pattern in the afternoon. Hot Creek's a little different, fishing hoppers. Don't cast them hard on the water. Make sure they land soft. Everywhere else, I plop them on the water because that's how they land. But in Hot Creek, it spooks fish. The water's so shallow, fish don't like anything splatting on top. But if you land it gently, guess what? Those fish will come right up and take your hopper. All right, Lower Owens River. It's starting to drop. Not quite time to fish it, but we're keeping an eye on it. We might start fishing in here pretty quick. Bishop Creek Canal, we know it's my favorite. Fished it middle of the day in the heat. Yeah, it was hot. Yeah, I melted. But guess what? I caught fish. I went 6 for 10. It was fun. All on dry flies. I know if I'd fished a dry and a dropper or nymphs, I would have done better. But there's nothing like seeing a fish come to the surface, slurp your dry fly right off the top, and then hook them, and then land them. So, yeah, I was catching wild brands, and I got to tell you, I think that's fun. Well, this has been Fred Rowe from Sierra Bright Dot Fly Fishing Guide Service. I can be found every Tuesday, Mahogany Smoked Meats, or you can find me on Instagram, Facebook, or my favorite, lpptv.us.